So good evening. A little bit of a cold one here, so that's why I'm going to be pretty rugged up tonight. Even though I've got the heater on, it's cold. So I urge you to just keep yourself rugged up because you don't want to get too cold. So we're going to get into the exercises. We're going to do a little bit of everything. Shortly we'll come onto the mat. So let's start, please, by having your feet, knees and hips stacked on top of one another, the shoulders away from the ears, and then your hands come down onto your lower abdominals. Now breath in through your nose and out through the mouth. Now when you breathe out, keep it going. You want to feel your stomach moving in towards the spine. And again, breath in and sighing out. Shoulders stay relaxed. Hands a bit higher, breath in and sighing out. Do one more like that, breath in. Exhale and the arms come down. So inhale, arms rising up. Exhale and arms come to the side. Inhale, arms moving forward. Exhale and arms come to the side. Inhale, arms rising up. And then exhale, we're going to bring the arms straight down in front. I'm going to just move back so you'll see when I come up onto the balls of the feet. So lifting up on the balls of the feet, arms come up. Exhale, arms come to the side. Inhale, arms shift forward. Sighing out to the side. Inhale, arms lift up. And then we're going to bend the knees, arms come down, but your heels are still off the mat. We're going to stay forward, just arms. Inhale, lift. Exhaling out to the side. Inhale, arms move forwards. Exhaling out to the side. Inhale, arms lift. And then we're going to bend down a little bit more and arms come down again. So just the arms on their own. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling out to the side. Inhale, arms move forward. Sighing out to the side, please. Inhale, arms lift. And then come down that fraction more. Now we're just going to do it one more time, please. So inhale, lifting up. Exhaling out to the side. Inhale, arms move forward. Keep the shoulders relaxing all the time. Inhale, arms lift. And then come down. Wonderful work. So coming up, we're going to go for a few different tree poses. So the first tree pose is going to be probably the most challenging one. So you're placing your right heel, dig it in against the left leg, and then the arms are going to be out into a bit of a V. You can't see them, but then you're going to try and lift off your heel like I'm doing now, which you can't really see because of my long hands, but it makes balance a lot more challenging. So you want to just keep trying to come up and find your balance point. Your tummy really has to draw in when you're doing that, otherwise you'll lose balance. A few more breaths here. Alright, bring it on down. Not very good so far, you can tell. So let's change over. So left foot, dig the heel in first, arms come into a V, and then you want to lift off. So I said it's the hardest one. If you're finding it hard, you can just stay with your heel down. 2 more breaths. Bring the arm down. Let's change over again. So this tree pose is different once more. So the arms are coming in a little bit narrower than the V, but they're still apart. And then we're pushing into the left hip and taking your arms over to the right side. So now you're getting a nice stretch all the way down your waist. That's your left waist. You're feeling the stretch. So arms stay narrow. And this one's a little bit easier, but it's still a challenging tree pose. Feeling that nice lengthening sensation down the waist. Now come on up, and then bring the arms down, and then we'll change to the other side. So again, we're digging the heel in, arms are up but narrow, and then hip out towards the right side as you move down towards your left. Keep thinking about the deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. A few more deep breaths here. Oh, I'm like, what's moving out there? It's the wind obviously blowing the tree, but it looked like someone was out there. That scared me. And come on up and bring the arms down. And now we're just getting into our normal tree pose, which will feel like a breeze after those two that we've just done. So again, the right heel back into the left leg, and then now hands will either stay at heart, third eye, or we lift the arms. You see what I mean? It feels a lot easier because we've just done two very challenging balances. And you can have your eye gaze going up if you want. But if that's feeling too much, we will repeat this balance at the end. So you can look slightly down or just straight ahead, whatever feels best for you. Let's keep on breathing. And very slowly bring the arms down, release the foot and then come to the other side. So digging the healing, opening the knee out, bracing in through the core and then hands to heart, third eye or lift. Not feeling 100% today in terms of just the, and my daughter said to me, oh, you want to wear that to teach? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you can't wear that. People make fun of you. I'm like, it doesn't matter what you wear to work out. Seriously, especially when we're in our own homes. But you should see me in the mornings when I do my walking. I have so many layers. I look like the abominable snowman, but in black. Two more. Just got to be comfortable. Bring the arms down, release the foot down. And what we're going to do is we're going to come straight onto the mat. So I'm going to actually move the screen down and hopefully that the screen doesn't freeze for us. And then we can come down and we might start by having a bit of a seat and getting into a couple of boat poses. So we've got our legs bent. Make sure I lift my pants up and then you can make fun of me if you see too much. So you're going to be bending your knees, you've got your tummy braced and you've got your arms forward, keep your shoulders away from your ears, and then we're just going to move back. So we want to make sure our back is straight, so keep pushing your back forward and keep dropping your shoulders down. So what we want to do is just pull your elbows towards your waist as you exhale. Now stop here, inhale, lift up, exhale back down, and then push forward, inhale. So bring it in, actually we're going to inhale in, exhale up, inhale down, and then exhale, push up. I think that's the breathing. And when the arms float out to the side, you'll feel your tummy start to tremble a little bit. Lifting out, bring it in. Isn't it amazing how these beautiful Pilates breaths warm you up? I just feel like I'm so much warmer than I did, 6 minutes ago, or 7, how many minutes we've been going. So inhale in, exhale lift, inhale down, exhale and forward. And see how my elbows are also back behind me quite far? That makes it harder. If your back can't handle that, don't bring the elbows in so far. You can just stop there, lift up, and make it a little bit simpler. If you want to make it challenging, join me by pushing the elbows back as far as they can. Okay, we've just got a couple more. Last one. Then we're going to get into some tabletops. Okay, so please bring one hand back and then the other hand back, bend the legs in and then push your hips up. So we've got a nice strong table there. And what we're going to do is alternate extending one leg straight. So inhale to prepare, straighten one leg. Bring it in and then change sides. So very strong in the arms. Keep pushing the hips up so that your glutes are working as well. Keep pushing the chest through. Just got 4 more like that. Shaking a bit. So after this one, what we're going to do is we're going to just sit our bottom down and lie back so that your head and shoulders are lifted and one round of basic abdominal strengthness. Hold behind the head or the neck, I'll move forward so we can see each other a bit more. Breath in and rising up. So inhale as you bring it down, exhale as you lift. Look at the tummy, and as you're lifting up, see that it's moving down. Yeah, inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Yesterday I had to put my heating on for the first time, and because I haven't used it since last year, of course the pilot light wasn't on. I don't know how to start that, nor does my husband, so we've got that emergency with RSEV at a home emergency where they come out and help you. Within 20 minutes, the guy had come and gone and the heating is fixed. Luckily, because they say it's going to get pretty cold here in the next few days. I didn't want to turn it on till May, but had to crack. Do 2 more. Then we're going to go smaller, okay? So this one will come up as you exhale. Inhale back halfway, and then lift again. So just seeing the tummy move down. I mean, I've got lots of layers on. I'm pretty rugged up because I don't want to feel cold. But I can still feel my tummy tensing even if I can't see it. But you can have your fingers on and monitor if it is moving down. Do 2 more, and then we're going to go smaller again. So this one come up as you exhale, and then we're just coming back a centimetre. So it's a tiny lift and lower. My arm is not resting on the mat. It may look like it is, but it's not. You never want to let your arm rest down. Go for 4 more. Now we're going to hold this one up. I'm hearing all these noises out there. What is going on? Bring the arms forward. It's so dark I can't see a thing. Shoulders away from the ears. Now if you need to, you can straighten your legs so that when you roll up, you're not going to let your feet roll off the ground. Or you can use your elbows to push up or hold on underneath. Breath to prepare, and let's peel. Feet came off. I'm weak at the moment. Sit tall, shoulders relaxed, come back halfway. We're coming into another boat pose again. This one we're not going to actually hold and then get into a tabletop. We'll come back down in a moment. So what I want you to do is just stay here and create a bit of an M with your feet. It's a baby M, not a capital M. So it looks like that. Inhale, lift, exhale out. Inhale, lift, exhale out. Exhale in. Do as I do, not as I say, hey? A few more like that. Digging in deep, right? You can feel this in your deep core abs. A few more. Then we're going to get into some lower abdominals. Alright, stop there. Let's slowly take our way back. Hold on and not let yourself drop. Don't want you to drop at all. Take your time and ease it down. Ease it, ease it, ease it, ease it, ease it. And I will give you a quick break. So arms and legs away, stretch it out. And then we're going to get into some lower abdominals now. So legs are lifted, 90-degree angle at your knee, 90-degree angle at your hip. What we're going to do is we're going to just push one leg away and hold it there. We're not doing anything, just holding. So I've got to keep you entertained, right? Because you might get bored. But I don't have anything entertaining to tell you. Isn't that crazy? Trying to think of what happened exciting today, but really there's not much. I heard my husband doing my class, so I had to hear my own voice teaching, and it was the Spanish class. And I was like, oh, do I really need to hear the playback of that? Bring it in, change to the other side. Most of the time he's like, I don't want to hear your voice, so I don't know why he goes and plays my voice. No, that's not true. He doesn't say that very often. Keep this going. Sometimes I just don't want to hear my own voice, to be honest. Especially when I'm telling the kids off. I'm like, oh, shut up, Tamara. They're probably thinking the same. More the older one. I don't tell the little one off as often. She doesn't do many things wrong. She's cheeky, but she doesn't do a lot wrong. 2 more breaths. Now bring it in. Remember, it's not touching the ground. You can't tell, but my leg is off the ground, so it's not on the ground. Stay there. Keep it out. It's challenging, isn't it? Just holding. Your back shouldn't be hurting, but if it is, you can lift the leg up on a higher angle. A few more. Bring it in and change last time, and then I will get us to work into our glutes a little bit. Nice to change it up, do a few different things. We're fatiguing the muscles here and the abdominals, that's for sure. But we'll get into some more abs and a bit of back later on. 2 more. All right, bring it on in. Lower the feet down so that the heels are underneath where your knees are, and then push your hips up. Okay, so you can have your palms down, or you can have your hands underneath just to support you in the lift. Take a breath in and push your hips up higher. Down a little bit and then lift. Actually warming up, it's nice. Not just with the breathing, it feels like I'm warming in the whole body. I hope you're feeling the same. Or you might be practicing with me where you have warm climate and you don't need to be warmed up. Lucky you, wherever you might be. As long as you're keeping safe and keeping relatively distanced from everybody, that's the main thing. Surprising to me that Sydney's opening up, or New South Wales, I should say. But I think it's good that the Victorian Premier is staying strong and keeping everything closed to still. Can't be too sure. Let's do 4 more. So I'm just doing a small lift and lower. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is just draw your feet in a little bit till you can lift your heels off, and then just lift and lower again. Now we don't have our knees together, we've still got our feet and knees in line with each other. And they're about hip width distance apart. You see how this attacks your glutes in a different area? It's very beneficial. Just do a few more like that, please. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's do 2 more. Then we're going to come back up to seated. All right, so just gently bring those bottom down, lower your heels back down, and then just cross one leg over for a quick stretch before we roll ourselves into a seated position. And then we can change to the other side, please. So mini stretches, we're not going to hold them long. Let's roll ourselves up to a seated position, and we're going to just reset the pants. Maybe my daughter was right, I shouldn't have worn these. Bit of a wardrobe malfunction every so often. So sit tall, brace the belly in, shoulders away from the ears, arms come forward again, and then let's tip ourselves back. So remember we were creating that M? No, we weren't. We did the arms coming in. The M was after. So we're going to do that again. So inhale, pull in, exhale, lift them up. Inhale down, and then exhale forward. Inhale in, exhale, lift up. Inhale down, exhale and come forward. So feel that tension in your gut. Inhale, exhale up, inhale, and then exhale forward. Feeling a bit of a shake there? You might be feeling it more than you did before. If you weren't feeling it before, you'll definitely be feeling it now, because we've fatigued those muscles a little bit more when we worked our crunches, our lower abs, and then the other boat pose in between. It all works us. Let's do 4 more like that. Last 2, please. Keeping the back really straight. There shouldn't be any tension in the back. It's all about the gut. 1 more. Okay, so pull those arms gently behind you. Feet come underneath your knees to lift yourselves back up. Right, so we're going to do the same again. We're going to just extend 1 leg at a time. So breath to prepare. Extend from the knee. Bring it in and then change sides. Now in a moment we're going to extend on this. And when we do the extension, just keep using 1 movement, 1 breath. So 1 more. Now listen to the change. We're going to kick 1 leg forward, take it out to the side, bring it back in center, and then lower it down. Change sides. We're going to inhale, sighing out. Inhale, lower down, reset. Reset, push up in between each one because your bottom seems to creep down. We don't want to allow that. Push up.
Which way? We're not going to go for too many. I don't want you to feel like you're going to collapse those arms. We need to save them for some planks later, right? And breathe in. Let's lower ourselves back and come all the way back for head and shoulders to come up for basic abdominal strengtheners. Crunch up, exhale. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lift it up. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Keep this strong, team. Keep looking at your tummy every so often and just ensure that they are moving down as you rise up. And it's only going to happen with that air coming out, yeah? So this one we're coming up as you exhale. Inhale back in. So I was listening how on the news they're talking about worrying that people are going to be becoming obese throughout this time or putting on too much weight and then will be suffering from health problems that way. So who's feeling like they're eating too much? Who's feeling like they're spending too much time around the kitchen? I sort of always spend a lot of time around the kitchen because I like cooking. I like feeding the kids, but today I made muffins. They're pretty good, banana and coconut. Not much bad stuff in there. And the other day I made bread, which I never make stuff like that, really, bread. But this was just a beer bread, so it was pretty easy. I hate beer, but my husband really liked the bread. And it's just got 3 ingredients to make the bread. Let's go for little ones. It's just got flour, a bit of sugar, and a beer. That's it. But I made it sort of a fruit loaf with more fruit and nuts in it. The kids didn't like it too much. It does have a bit of a smell of beer in it, which was kind of yucky. 2 more. But let me know how you're traveling if you feel you're eating too much. At least you're here with me. At least you're exercising still. Hold it up. Bring the arms forward. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Breath in. Here we roll. And that's the thing. We've got to keep ourselves active, even though we're stuck indoors. Well, not so much indoors, but stuck at home. Bring yourself back. Shoulders relax. Back comes forward. Let's create that M again. So inhale, lift. Exhale, out. Inhale, lift. Now, if you want to make it harder, bring the arms in. So the movement's coming from your hip. Yeah? Lifting up, taking it out. Keep it going a little bit longer. Oh, it burns, right? 2 more times. Last one. And arms come forward and then gently roll your way back. Easy. Try not to go too fast. And then have a stretch, well deserved. And then we will get into some lower abdominals again. So remember we push one leg away and we hold it straight and still. We're going to do that again, but then the leg that's bent, I want you to hold it up straight and then angle it away. So they're in a bit of a scissor, both up and both still. One's lower, obviously, as you can see. Bend that top leg down, bring the leg in, change to the other side, and then extend the other leg up and then angle it down and stay. Two more. So bend that leg in, bring it in, change again. Extend away, lift up, and then angle. Not a very fun exercise, is it? But it's so effective. Bend that top leg, pull the leg in, change, another leg away, extend up, and then angle. Last time, go for it. Breathe, breathe. Oh. And bring it in, lower down, and then push the hip up. Oh, a bit more glutes here. Breath in and push them up higher. Inhale down a little bit, exhale, lift. Just slowly moving up and down with the breath. Few more. Hurts more, doesn't it, the glutes now? They've worked, obviously, in the last round, and they worked harder than I actually thought they were going to work, feeling the pain that I'm feeling now. Hope you are. Hope so, hope so. Two more. Got some more fingers for you. Okay, so bring the feet up so that you can lift onto the balls of the feet, and then we rise again. Lifting and lowering. We're going to continue with more glutes, but from a side position. So we're going to get there in a moment. But I want you to face me because we'll flip over and face the other way with our head the other side of the mat later. So then we can get straight into planks from there. So good job so far, team. Don't know who's out there, but I appreciate you being there. Helps motivate me too. All right, so lower the heels down, lower the hips down, and turn onto your side and lift the top leg up. And we're going to turn the toes down so your heel is lifted. And all you're doing is double tap forward and then double tap back. So you're just moving your leg that is on top, in front of the other leg, and then behind the other leg with your breath. Keep this going. So this is all about your glutes, your hips, and you might get a bit of benefit in your core. Just got to hold your tummy in strong now. A few more. Pardon me. Okay, so lift the legs up and point the toes now, and then just go for a quick side swim. Feel that burn, right? Bracing the belly in tighter. And stop, lift them up, keep them connected, up, 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 and relax straight over to the other side. Zero break there, coming over. So we're lifting up the heel, toe down, double tap forward, and then back. That was an awkward looking one. So if you feel like you're going to be rolling around, you can have your fingers forward to help you. Yeah? Sometimes when my husband joins me and does the class and he's standing behind, I feel like he looks so little, like seriously, like I've got a little boy there. And I think if you're from my Fitness First classes, I've mentioned this to you, but I was at the airport last time that we were going overseas and we were heading off to Japan, and there was this lady there and my kids were running around and Ramiro was just sitting, and she says to me, "How is it traveling with 3 kids?" And I was like, "It's my husband, it's not my kid." But then when I see him in the image with me, I'm like, yeah, I guess I can see her point. I'm only a few years older than, gee, 2 more. 1 more each way. All right, so lift both legs up, pointing the toes, and let's paddle. Fast side swim. We were in Japan for a few days before we started a cruise that was through Japan, South Korea, and then ended up in China. Luckily, just before this outbreak started, we got back. But anyway, the lady that says that to me at the airport here in Melbourne, we end up bumping into, we didn't bump, we saw her on our cruise. I was like, oh, can't escape. Anyway, a few more. We're kicking from the hip, not from your knees, okay? Hold it straight, lift it up. Yeah, don't stop. Feel the burn. All right, lower it down. Turn onto our front, onto your elbows and lift off. You're in a plank now. So we've got our palms together, shoulders away from the ears. We'll just hold this nice and still. Enjoy the burn that we're going to start creating in your core. You've got to think about this though. Every time you're breathing out, you're feeling your tummy lift up towards the spine. Don't want you to forget that. If you're feeling like this is too intense, you can lower down onto your knees at any stage. And gently push yourselves up onto your hands. And let's continue with the plank up here. Brace the belly tight or you'll hurt your back. Shoulders, relax them. Straight back into the heels with your weight if you're up on your feet. Otherwise, you can lower your knees down and continue this breath. Shaking, shaking. Just 2 more breaths. Have a quick stretch. Knees down, toes together, sit back, release. Nice work so far. Let's get into a little bit of back and then we'll come and do a few more planks again. So I might ask you to lie on your tummy just to give the wrists a bit of a break. And then we'll continue with some planks after that. Just work out my wardrobe again. It's like a mirror in front of me. I wish I could see you though, I really do. So we're going to inhale open, exhale double clap. I opted for the YouTube and not the Zoom format. It's because that was restricted to just the 40 minutes. And I've been told that this gives a clearer vision as well. Although that being said, I know that when the kids are around, it jumps around a bit and freezes. I do try and have them away as much as possible. In the mornings, it's hard when it's not nice weather for a mirror to take them out. So, you know, that's life. We can't complain too much, can we? If that's the worst thing we've got to complain about, we're living a pretty good life. A few more. So legs are straight, okay? Keep these legs together now. Just stay here and lift them up, and then bring your arms back and lift them up. So this gets your upper back working too. And the beauty of this position is that your shoulders are pulling your shoulder blades together, and then you don't feel any tension in your neck either. Sometimes you do when your arms go overhead. We're going to test that theory now. Bring the arms over, palms together, shoulders relax them. So you see how more tension comes into your neck, but you want to try and release that by just letting either your shoulder blades pull back, or you can drop your forehead down onto the mat. But we're lifting up our arms and our feet, sticking them together. You're done. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, lift up into a plank. So just make sure you've got your feet together, weight in the heels, shoulders away from the ears. Nice and deep with the breathing. So I'm holding these planks still tonight. We're not doing any movement. Just keep going strong with that breath, and then we will ease onto our elbows. Bring our elbows slightly gently down. can continue this going. Bless my mother, she brought some pasta over for the girls. I don't make anything with meat, don't eat the stuff, so that's why I don't do that. And I don't make anything with pasta. So bless her, because the kids love spaghetti bolognese and she's a good cook. And my husband benefits as well, because he loves his meat too. A few more. Last week I brought well, I bought it, but I brought it back home, this dish, not a dish, it's a frozen chicken thing, but it's fake chicken. Bring the knees down, have a stretch. And my husband didn't know it was fake. And I was like, don't tell him. So I didn't tell him to then, he really liked it. And then he saw me eating it, he didn't connect. He was like, why are you eating that? I'm like, it's not real chicken. Oh, he was shocked. It was pretty good. Anyway, we're going to come up onto all fours again. No, we haven't been on all fours yet. We're going to do a little bit of back here. Actually, you know what, I'll give our arms an extra break, so come onto your belly. Sorry, a little bit undecided. We've got our feet hip width distance apart, and they're going to stay like that. And all we're going to do is we're going to lift them up. Down a little bit, and lift. You've got to lift them up past your knees. In fact, my knees are off the whole time. All I'm simply doing is lifting higher and releasing down. Do a few more like that. Now, as your legs are lifting, arms will come back and they're going to reach back as your legs lift. Try that. Do a few more. Now, the legs are not going to stop. What's going to happen after this one? The arms are going to come forward and they're going to lift at the same time as the leg into your Superman. Do a few more like that. Bracing the belly in to support the back. And pull yourselves up onto your elbows. Relax the feet down, the palms are down, and then you're just pulling yourself forward, so you're getting a bit of a stretch in through your back. And just breathe. Breaths feel nice, don't they? I tested my chocolate today, and I can actually eat chocolate and not feel like I'm going to be losing my breath, which was nice. Didn't have much though, I'm not going to tempt fate. Let's push back into child's pose. But I opened up one of the Easter bunnies that I've gotten the girls for Easter, and I hadn't had it yet, so we had the ears between the four of us. Alright, so back onto all fours this time for real. And we're going to continue with a little bit more back. Let me just get my tops down. So we've got our hands underneath your shoulders, shoulder width apart. Knees underneath the hips, hip width distance apart. We want to brace our belly in, and we're going to go for opposite arm and leg. So we're going to inhale, pull up, exhale to the diagonal. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, come down, don't touch down. And again, inhale, lift up. Exhale and out. Inhale, center. Exhale and lower down. And again, inhale up. Exhale and out. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring it down. And as you're doing this, really focus on your core connection. You want to feel your tummy lifting right up. Every time you breathe out, you want to feel it just coming towards the spine, like you've got a corset on and you want to tighten that corset. Pull the belly in. Do two more, please. And last time. No stopping, change to the other side. Lift it up, inhale, exhale on out. Inhale, center. See, if this was Zoom, we would have had to cut off already. And this is, I'm already limiting the classes to just around 45 minutes, usually for 55 minutes, but I thought I didn't want to go less than 40. Inhale up, exhale out, inhale center, exhale down. Three more. I'm glad I'm feeling nice and warm. That will mean the shower won't make me feel too cold once I get out. We're going to just have a seat back. Obviously we don't sleep with the heater on in this house. In the winter, we've got the 3 units upstairs, one in each bedroom, so I definitely put them on, but I don't have the central heating on at night, and I don't want to put those ones on yet at night. I don't know if it's needed, maybe so. Let's just do one more exercise on all fours, and then we'll make our way up to standing again. Hopefully you're traveling okay. Last back exercise. It's really important when we're working our core to give our back attention as well, not just work upper, lower abs, waist, everything's important. So last time, up onto all fours, back to opposite arm and leg again, but this time we're going to inhale away, exhale, pull in. No side. If you're feeling like it's too hard to keep your balance, you can have both arms down and just simply move the leg. Inhale, lift, exhale, down. Inhale, lift, exhale, down. It's a fairly fast move in terms of Pilates, isn't it? But we're controlling our core contraction, so it shouldn't feel like you're out of control at all. Just 2 more and we'll swap. Come on down, change sides. Inhale, lift, exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lift up, exhale, pull it in. Brace, brace, brace. Then we will get into a down dog, give ourselves a nice stretch. I know it will put weight on our wrists, but we won't be staying there for too long. Make it one more. And tuck the toes under. Push on them. Weight into the heels. Should feel like a lovely release through your lower back. Through your legs, there's a nice stretch there. And then just gently walk your hands and feet towards one another. And I'm going to ask you to come up to standing, and I'll just move the screen. And we're going to get into a few balances to finish us off. Right. The same tree poses as before. Let's see how you go. Right foot along the side of the left leg. Arms into a V. Lift off. So remember, this is the hardest of the 3. See how you go. Up and down. Change over to the other side. So the V, and we lift off. Well, I feel like there's a slight improvement. Definitely. This is something that you're definitely better at in the morning. I find it harder in the night time, to be honest. Okay, bring it down. Let's do the second one, which we did earlier, which was the lean. So arms are narrow, and then we're tipping over towards the right as we push our hip out to the left. Excuse me. Let's change. Feels easier, right? I hope it does for you. We've worked the core so much that you should feel like there's a little bit of a benefit there. The arms are narrow,
tip over. And come on up, bring the arms down. Last one, let's do it. Stay strong. It's our easier one now. It's our just normal tree pose. So whether your hands want to stay down at your heart, find your third eye or lift up. Do whichever level feels right for you, and it should feel really easy in comparison to those other two. So you might want to look up. And if you can look up comfortably, move the arms back further so you can no longer see them. So gently bring the arms down. Change to the other side. Feels good, right? Feels so good. I love Pilates. It's just such a great mental and physical workout. The deep breathing that helps you mentally, I think. It's like meditation, but you're getting the benefit of physical activity at the same time. So I can see the appeal with yoga, but I like the strength of the Pilates. 2 more. So bring the arms down, release the foot down. Thanks so much for sticking with me. Sorry about the attire, but you know, some days you just don't feel like getting dressed up. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.